Hello, dear brothers and sisters. In today's video, we'll be talking about the steps that you can take to start integrating and implementing the Dreamspell calendar into your daily life. The Dreamspell is a calendar system based on the ancient Mayan calendar that can be a very powerful tool for us to reconnect to the true harmonic frequency of time. This calendar system is composed out of the 13-moon calendar and the Tzolk'in, and I've already made videos explaining in detail how you can read and follow these two calendars, so go ahead and watch the videos, the structure of the Tzolk'in and the structure of the 13-moon calendar. Basically, in this calendar system, once we begin to use it daily, it helps us shift from the linear artificial timeline to the galactic, cyclical, and harmonic frequency of the universe itself. The mathematics of the Mayan calendar create a harmonic matrix which synchronizes our sun and the planets in our solar system with the cosmic central sun, which they called the Hunabku. Through this calendar, we can attune to the pulsations coming from the source, and we can interpret them and integrate them into our life. For me, the Dreamspell calendar has been, and still is, an amazing tool for self-development, self-discovery, and self-understanding, giving me the tools that I need to make better sense of my experience and to overcome the obstacles in my path. And for more benefits that synchronizing with this calendar system can bring into your life, you can watch the video called Benefits of the Dreamspell Calendar. So here are the steps that I recommend taking when trying to integrate and learn about this calendar system. Step 1. Decode your galactic signature. There are a few websites out there, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below that you can use to decode your kin. A kin is basically the smallest unit of measure in the Mayan calendar, equivalent to a day or a human being born on a specific day. Each of us has a galactic signature out of all of the 260 galactic signatures found within the Tzolk'in. And you can watch the video, The Structure of Our Kin and How Our Kin Influences Us, for a deeper look at this topic. By decoding your kin, you can gain a lot of insight into who you are, what your challenges are, what your purpose is in this lifetime. And I also offer galactic signature decoding sessions, donation-based, so feel free to reach out if interested. Once you are familiar with your kin, meditate on it, connect with it, learn how to really feel it inside of your being. The second step would be to get familiar with your wave spell and your earth family. Each person, based on their lunar tone, corresponds to a specific wave spell. A wave spell is a 13-day cycle, and watch the video, The Structure of Wave Spells, to understand them better. But basically, a wave spell begins whenever the magnetic tone begins, so tone number 1. So look at your lunar tone and then find your wave spell, find the magnetic tone that comes before you. Next, the Earth family is the group of solar seals based upon which you change your kin every year, because nothing is static in this calendar system. Everything is moving in a continuous spiral, so even we change and shift our energy each year, going through a cycle for that specific year. And I invite you to watch the videos The Earth Family and The Earth Family's Part 2 in order to understand them better and identify your Earth family. And also you can understand the progression through which we change signs each year in those videos. I invite you also to check out, using the website that I will provide in the description below, the changing of your signs each year to gain a little bit more insight and understanding about certain stages and events in your life. This can be done by entering in the converter there your date of birth, so the day and the month of birth, and simply changing the years. The next step would be to decode the kin of people in your life. So after you've done the decoding for your own energy, it's very interesting to see the energy of people in your life, family, friends, work partners, ex-partners, and so on. Not only it might reveal to you a lot of meaningful connections, but it can also open you up to the synchronic web of the Tzolk'in. The Dreamspell is basically a synchronometer, a system which helps us measure synchronicity and understand it on a much more deeper level. The next step, number 4, would be to observe the energy of each day. So once you've decoded yourself and the people in your life, it's about letting the energy flow and simply observing it. As I said, I've made videos already explaining how to follow the structure of each calendar, so make sure you watch them. With the 13-moon calendar, it's a lot about feeling the flow of energy within the chakras in each week and also feeling the energy of each month. And with the Tzolk'in, it's about following the solar seals and the lunar tones and their meaning. Be sure to look at the video, the 20 solar seals and the 13 lunar tones, for a look at the meaning of these archetypes and the frequencies that are found within them. You can also download the app 1320 Sync on your phone, and you can use it to follow the cycles of these two calendar systems, and also you can read a little bit more information there about these 20 solar seals and 13 lunar tones. I also recommend you to print out the 13 moon calendar or have it somewhere close at hand, either on your laptop, on your phone. Also on the website I've linked in the description, you can follow the energy of each day within the Tzolk'in. It's always in the right hand corner. And keep a small diary if needed to take notes about how each day feels to you. And as you follow the progression of energy throughout the Tzolk'in, passing through all of the solar seals and lunar tones, you'll begin to notice a pattern, highlighting that it's all a tool to observe synchronicity, not to force it. So as you observe, two things will begin to happen. On one hand, you will notice how people around you might be synchronized with this calendar without even knowing, and that maybe your red moon friend is going to always contact you on red moon days or days that have the red moon in the kin as a guide, hidden power, challenger, complementary energy. Or you'll see that you randomly start meeting people on day aligned with their kin, and that, for example, let's say on a white mirror day, you're going to bump in the street with your white mirror friend, or that it's a blue monkey day and your blue monkey friend makes you an unexpected visit. So it's very interesting to see how the calendar works in that sense, how people are aligned to it without actually knowing it. And that's why this calendar is a tool to help us understand synchronicity and to understand why things happen the way they do sometimes. And the second thing that's going to happen is that you'll begin to observe how a personal pattern starts emerging, and you'll notice that on certain days you're going to feel in power and aligned and just good, and on other days not so much. For example, when I started following this calendar system a few years back, I struggled a lot with white mirror days, or days that had the white mirror in their kin, and the white mirror wave spell was a mess. The shadow aspects of the white mirror are distortion of reality, projecting the inner disharmony on the outside world, forgetting that we're actually creating our reality through what is within us, and the outside is just a reflection of our inner world. And I would have bad white mirror days because I was deep within the shadow of this solar seal. And once I started to work on this perception that I had towards reality, then white mirror days stopped being as bad as they were. And the personal pattern shifts as we shift. And it's important to understand that each solar seal has light and shadow aspects, and the video How Our Kin Influences Us speaks more deeply about this matter, but it's all about going through the darkness that is within in order to understand it and transform it into light. So the solar seals are here to help us return back to ourselves, back to our essence, and I would recommend you to start learning about the meaning of each solar seal and lunar tone, and this way you can more easily understand the messages that they're trying to communicate to you. I also have some PDF books that I can send to people who are interested in learning a little bit more about the solar seals and lunar tones, so please reach out. So start following the patterns, follow the energy of each day, the wave spells, the castles. And remember that during a wave spell, the solar seal, which accompanies the magnetic tone, is kind of like the theme music for the next 13 days, even if the energy might change each day. So for example, if you're having a bad week, let's say, it's more about looking at the wave spell that is currently unfolding and the solar seal which accompanies that magnetic tone. Or if you're having, let's say, a bad few months, look at the meaning of the year and what it might be trying to communicate to you. And I've also been asked, what is the best way for connecting with certain archetypes that we want to work with? Let's say we want to connect with a blue eagle energy, which might or might not be in our kin. It can either happen that we have a revelation on those blue eagle days, or in the blue eagle wave spell, or a certain person that carries the blue eagle energy might speak to us, and that message that it's communicating to us resonates very deeply inside of our being, generating a transformation or a deeper connection with that energy. The universe is infinitely creative and resourceful, so once you set the intention for connecting with a specific energy, it will happen one way or another, sometimes in ways that we don't even expect. But the idea is that with patience and with a lot of presence, and by really learning how to feel the energy of each day within your being, you'll see that they're going to start speaking to you and they're going to be vibrating inside of your being. And I would also invite you to maybe, I don't know, do a small meditation in the morning or in the evening to connect with that energy and to learn how to really feel it inside of your being. And welcome to the beginning of what is going to be an amazingly magical journey for you. If there are still any questions about the dream spell and how to follow and integrate it, or if you're interested in decoding your galactic signature, please feel free to contact me either on my Facebook page or on my email. And until the next time, I am wishing you a most beautiful day. In Lak'Ech.